No, I'm a gentleman.
That's debatable.
Shit, my high school diploma says I'm not a scholar. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. That looks about right. Yeah. We live, baby.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
WrestleDream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got the posts going up. Oh, damn it. I didn't put the fucking link. Edit post.
Dang it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. Paste. All right. There we go. All right, I'm almost done. So aside from all the shit that you just told me earlier, how are you, Chris?
Not bad, man.
That was very invigorating. Thank you.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm warm, man. I'm burning around the edges. But I'm still going. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Doing good. Just trying to, keep on keeping on.
Texans 4-1.
Yeah.
Nico might be back this weekend.
Really? I thought he was going to be out for like a month. Lay it on me, brother. This is news I don't know about.
Isn't the Patriots this weekend?
I think so.
Yeah. He might be back sooner than you think. Astros, not so much. They might have ran out of gas, bro.
Yeah.
So, just between us girls,
Mm-hmm.
Hinch was with us
Mm-hmm.
when we won the first World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Are you rooting for the Tigers?
I can be convinced.
What's the alternative?
Not paying attention at all to the postseason.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I want to watch the world burn. So either validate Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
And the Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
Or
those Doyers.
Or add another pinstripe to the Yankees.
Fuck that. I'd rather fuck a cactus than that.
Well, once we finish recording, I can tell you what to expect when you do things in Arizona.
Oh!
Are we ready?
I think that means that we're ready. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! What do we name the new place? Not the landing strip. The landing strip was
the cockpit.
That's right. Okay. Live from the cockpit in Houston, Texas. It's the 452nd episode of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Chris.
And thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. We very much appreciate it. If you're watching us live in Technicolor on the YouTubes, make sure that you log into your YouTube or your Google account. That way you could live chat with us along the show, and it'll pop up here in the live chat.
Your phone's charged tonight.
Yeah, it's charged. I have it pulled up. So, yeah, if you say hi or you ask us questions or you fact check or, talk shit, whatever, I don't care. I'll see it. I'll try as best as I can to involve you in the show. If you're not watching this live, that's okay. You could always drop a comment down below.
Where else?
Or on the face. El Facebook. Houston. Facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio. That's where we're at. So, Chris, my man, it's been forever since I've seen you.
Feels like it.
I know. How are you, sir? What's with the get up here?
It's been a long week, but this is from St. Louis, the one of the supporting teams for St. Louis City MLS soccer team. Scott and I drove to St. Louis last weekend, primarily to watch this game.
Yeah.
And Scott's streak continues, which basically every time he goes to see the Dynamo play on the road, they lose. And we lost 3-1. So fuck St. Louis.
You just threw away the start. Damn.
Yeah. If I'd have known that Raw and NXT were going to be there 2 days later, I might have stretched it out a little bit.
Well,
which is what she said.
Well, I was about to say, you're going to stretch it out something. Yeah. All right.
But I'm just left with a couple blisters and a couple of bruises.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
Hey, had to go get some penicillin. No, I'm good. Nothing too exciting to report.
You've been working these wrestling streets?
I have. Had I already done the Native Ways show since the last time we recorded?
No.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I started working with a new promotion, Native Ways Entertainment. Their first show in Texas was in Alvin, Texas, and I was there to do their ring announcing, and that was pretty fun. And we have new dates already.
Nice.
Yes. So
was the first show a success?
The first show was a success. A success enough to actually warrant a whole calendar's worth of a whole half a year's worth of a calendar of shows coming up. So we have another 5-6 shows already. So that's cool.
Awesome.
So yeah.
I'm free, man.
The next Riot Wrestling Federation is October 19th, which is a Saturday. And then the next Native Ways is October 20th, which is a Sunday. So for the first time ever, your boy is booked for a double shot weekend. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. So I'm working on a Saturday and a Sunday, back to back, 2 different promotions. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, that usually happens, with wrestlers, because wrestlers try to get booked wherever they can. But promotions always need more wrestlers. They don't always need more commentators and ring announcers. So it's a little bit harder as a commentator ring announcer to get booked. But yeah, I've been at it for like almost 10 years now. And I finally got to the time where I'm having a first double shot weekend. I think that's so fucking awesome.
So can I offer you a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Just as an example.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho has a best-selling book, which is basically his first 30 years of wrestling.
Right.
Okay. The dates, gates, who he wrestled. Since you're early in the game, you should be collecting your envelopes that you get your cash in at the end of every night and write all the information on it and like binder clip it.
Okay.
So that you can have it.
Well,
as your little.
I have a more of a this century version of that.
Which is?
My notes. Not my notes, yeah. Whenever I'm making my notes for what I'm going to ring announce or what I'm going to commentate on, I have like the match order and everything on my phone. So I kind of already have all that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, man. Pretty fun stuff. So yeah, I'm stoked. I'm happy. We're gonna keep on going with both Riot and with Native Ways.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Right. Oh yeah. Other than wrestling, let's talk about wrestling. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to hold on? You want to talk about this shirt? I got the new little touch tip shirt.
Don't need to get tested. I've been with him before.
Hey, yes.
Sorry, Scott.
MXM, Maximum Male Models. Formerly Maximum Male Models. Finally got their first shirt. Brennan, and so happy for you that he's getting over and he's doing what he wanted to creatively do.
They are getting over on Collision.
They are.
I'm almost angry about it because it's on the show that very few people watch.
Right.
They have. I hate to start the conversation this way because it's easy to compare AEW to TNA at the time where TNA just like welcomed any WWE, ex-WWE talent with open arms and launched them straight to like the top of the division that they were going to be in. But goddamn, dude, they are something completely different from the typical archetype of the tag teams that they have now.
Yeah.
Between them and the Outrunners, you look at the rest of the division and then you look at the Outrunners and MXM collection. Yo, what is that?
Yeah.
And that should be presented on the main show.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Daniel, what's up, bro? He's in the live chat. I haven't seen Daniel in a long time either. If you hover over the thumbnail of the stream, it looks like Abel is rubbing his nipples. Like like the farmer friend from Waterboy.
Oh, yeah. I've got several pictures of him like that.
Yeah.
How's your brother Fisher?
Yeah. Fisher Price. I get it. But Daniel, you were the guy that was a Washington Nationals fan, right? Right? He was the one that's from DC.
I believe
so. Is that you? I think that was you. How are you enjoying this postseason, sir? I mean, I can't say shit. Astros were in and out in two games. 2 games. So, 2 games, 2 and done. So yeah. But how are you enjoying your postseason, sir? Anyways,
forget it. It's capital season now. Hockey.
Yeah. Or football season.
Oh yeah, 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1.
I have my fingers crossed for who that on Monday.
Oh yeah,
but on the road,
that wasn't gonna happen.
I'm surprised they got what they got.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
But back to the original thing, it's easy to have to play both sides of the fence of what talent from WWE do you not accentuate as opposed to your originals. But they are a different breed. They have a different presentation. They have a uniqueness that casuals can follow.
Yeah.
But they have a comedy to them that wrestling fans like us can appreciate.
Yeah.
And you can actually go somewhere with it. So I guess we're going to start with AEW then because I thought I was going to start with something different.
I thought we were too, but I mean, I just brought it up because of the shirt. So.
Yeah. So let's just go into it.
All right. MXM collection.
AEW got a fuck ton of money.
Uh-huh.
Their new deal. They're killing Rampage. They're shopping around Shockwave. They're gonna be aired simultaneously on Max.
I got Daniel Price wrong with somebody else. He said, "No, I'm not a Nationals fan, and no, I don't follow hockey."
Oh damn!
Damn. All right. Who the hell am I thinking about?
0 for 2.
Who was it that was the Nationals fan that would always come into our chat?
Hopefully, we might find out tonight.
Yeah, I know, right? Damn. Okay, I'm sorry. I keep distracting. We have a Panda Raid. I don't know who Panda Raid is, but what's up? Hey, we got people. We got people. That's what.
AEW's got a fuck ton of money. They're going to be simulcast on HBO Max live at the same time as Collision and Dynamite. Mm-hmm. They're trying to shop a new show, AEW Shockwave, to broadcast television. So it's specifically Fox, NBC, CBS, Disney, I guess, for ABC. The pay-per-views will be airing on Max primarily. And finally, the entire library has a home. It will be on Max in increments, like the network when WWE first launched. It took a while for it to get everything. So it's going to take some time, regardless of how little time AEW's been around.
They may scrub some stuff like WWE Network did. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of stuff that they got to scrub. It's not like they got to scrub everything that had an F on it, and they don't have to scrub, Benoit. But if AEW were to scrub some stuff off of their catalog, what would it be? Do you think they would scrub Punk? They would take all of CM Punk stuff out?
Oh, fuck no.
No?
I don't think they're scrubbing anything.
No? Okay.
I don't think they're scrubbing anything at all. Because Warner Brothers Discovery has had a piece of the pie from the inception. I think they already did enough of a job of wiping their hands clean to make sure that nothing gets dirty.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious if what they upload on Max is going to be that internet feed where there's no commercials.
Oh, like how they used to do on Bleacher Report.
Because I'm thinking, when you mentioned Scrub, the first thing that came to my mind was the segment with was it
the
Jericho?
Pizza Cutter?
Yes, and then
Jericho
transitioning to Nick Gage.
Yeah.
And they're not going to air the commercials because it's backlogged.
Right.
So are they going to air if they're going to air the feeds from Bleacher Report that had the commentary still going? Is that what we're getting on Max?
Right.
Instead of actual commercials, because obviously I would rather watch it uninterrupted. On Max as opposed to fucking
because the controversy came from the commercial, the fucking Pizza Hut commercial or Domino's commercial. Yeah.
I don't think they would scrub anything else, especially since it's on a paid as you go network. It's the rating for the show. So
if anything, they might unscrub stuff. Like if there's something on the regular telly version that they had to like bleep out or something like that, they could actually say that on fucking Max. It's Max. It's HBO Max.
Yeah.
So All right. Daniel says this in the live chat. He says if Warner Bros. Discovery did indeed get part ownership and as a part of the terms of the deal, then that deal's not as good as it sounds. Warner Bros. Discovery will be getting a lot of that money right back from various revenue sources. So either Tony's not that bright or I haven't been able to pronounce his name. Zaslav. Yeah. Zaslav hit him with the Jedi mind trick. The sum they got sounds good, but Tony's going to wind up paying them. He's already paying them for overruns.
Yeah. And production costs. That's not on Warner Brothers dollar. And the last I checked, on the generous side, it's $300,000 to just air a show.
Okay.
So those costs aren't being covered by the deal either. So
and if you have declining ratings like you've been having.
Yeah. And attendance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, it's easy with AEW to focus on the negatives. The net positive is the distribution. It's going to be on Max. It's going to have a wider audience than terrestrial cable. There's a lot of people that don't do cable anymore. I'm on Sling.
Right.
And with Raw going to Netflix,
we changed to YouTube TV.
Yeah, with Raw and Netflix next year. Right now, NXT is on the CW, which I have antennas on my flat screen. I get that on the house. I just have to watch it live because I don't have a VCR. And we got fucking the AEW stuff on WB. My Sling is done at the end of the year. because that's what I use for television. Because Sling, I had Raw, NXT, AEW, and Impact.
That sounds so dirty. My Sling is done at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's coming back around.
Right.
But yeah, so
you get some
crunch numbers all you want. It's a net positive for the brand AEW. They get distribution. They have actual space for all of their backlog because that's what fans have been wanting. The pay-per-view is at a discount.
So no longer $50?
No.
How much?
That's undetermined yet.
Okay.
Because you still have to pay the monthly subscription to Max, and then there might be a separate like sports package add-on. You know, it might be more like UFC on ESPN. Okay. So like you still have to pay, but you pay through ESPN the UFC fee, which it's all fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we've been waiting for this. The money finally came, so we can make fun of the brand or the owner all we want, but the goal is achieved. It's making money. It's profitable with the deal for now. You know, if they're going to start cutting costs or they're going to start cutting wrestlers.
To Daniel's point in the live chat, it could not be profitable going forward.
Yeah. But then the other issue, if we're going to veer off for a quick second, there's some weird shit going on with Warner Brothers Discovery. Zaslav's been running a lot of that company to the fucking ground.
Zaslav. What a name.
Has been running it to fucking death. There's been deals gone bad, a lot of ratings of shows that are going down. The drama with fucking the Flash movie where Ezra Miller was fucking acting up and was getting himself into fucking trouble. The whole thing with the Batgirl movie, that they wound up not releasing it so that they can get their insurance on it because it's pretty much finished, but they didn't think it could warrant theater or even make money on the Max app. I had time to kill because I had a half day yesterday and literally fell asleep through Joker 2. Because if you ask a DC comic book fan or a movie fan of the first Joker and you ask them, if you poll 1,000 people, how many of you want a musical for a sequel? You'll get 0 hands up. And we still got a fucking musical. And apparently it still tanks at the end, which makes no fucking sense. Just
spoiler alert.
There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of mishandling and mismanagement of things that are going on with Warner Brothers Discovery right now that I'm kind of leery that the deal will last the 3 years and it will actually have nothing to do with AEW, the brand.
Really?
Like it could be on shaky feet.
Okay.
And it isn't AEW's feet that are shaking. It's
Warner Brothers.
It's Warner Brothers Discovery.
Wow, that's a hot take.
Yeah.
In the live chat, Daniel Price rebuts saying this. Maybe, but a lot of people aren't gonna be happy with paying for Max and a pay-per-view on top of that.
Yeah.
Also, that leaves ROH out in the cold. And if Warner Brothers Discovery owns the library by it being Max, Tony got double nailed. Now, he kind of brings up an interesting point there. Ring of Honor. The whole reason why I don't watch Ring of Honor now is because it's behind a paywall with the Honor Club. So does Warner Bros. Discovery now own Honor Club? And are we going to get charged for Honor Club on top of Max?
Ring of Honor's fucking dead. It's the body's twitching, the soul's trying to escape. Ring of Honor's been fucking dead. Otherwise, Tony Khan would not have involved Warner Bros. Discovery and just made the show himself because he has all the money. He didn't really need distribution. You had Dark and Dark Elevation, which was Dark White, on YouTube, and you have your own streaming service, Honor Club. Would you have spent $15 a month to HBO Max or spend $5 a month for Honor Club knowing AEW was on there?
Right now, I don't spend any of it because I don't have Max or Honor Club.
Dunzo.
Now, to be fair, because I do like watching me some AEW. If AEW and ROH are together as a package on Max, I'd get a Max subscription.
There's no mention of ROH at all.
But if it was, yes. I mean, I'm probably going to wind up doing it anyway because I want to watch AEW, right? But if it was AEW and Ring of Honor on Max, oh, fuck yeah.
So here's the issue with Ring of Honor that you probably haven't been looking at it from this perspective. Ring of Honor has been on like 4 different channels since its inception.
Yeah.
Who owns the right to what eras?
I have no idea. I'm so confused on that.
What's the point of trying to invest in ROH if 3 or 4 different companies have their hands in the pie? Is ROW really that beneficial if you're only getting 4 years of Ring of Honor content? And even then, they weren't those early days of Ring of Honor. They weren't running weekly television, and a lot of those didn't even have commentary.
But are they? Is that the truth? Like Tony didn't buy the entire library and buy all the rights and buy everything? Is that true?
Here's the thing.
Do you know?
I don't.
Okay.
But as someone that works with money,
ROH, I gotta play that card.
ROH has been in existence for 20 years. If Warner Bros. Discovery really wanted it, they would have already had Ring of Honor on television by now. It's been 5 years.
Maybe that's just Tony being stupid. Roberts, what's up, Medlin?
Medlin, chat. You need to message me about
Daniel says he agrees with you on the part about Ring of Honor being dead. He goes,
dead.
I know. The real Ring of Honor died when Sinclair botched it. Yeah, that's true. It didn't stop Tony from buying it just so WWE wouldn't get the tape library. Is that what it was? He just bought it so WWE wouldn't get the tapes?
That's a bigger issue.
Is that why?
What?
Is that why Tony bought it? So WWE didn't buy it?
Yeah. Yeah. He overpaid for it. Because WWE had a streak of Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson, and CM Punk, and Nigel on commentary.
And Robert Medlin says that the only thing ROH is worth is the library.
Yeah. And even then, half of that existence, they don't have weekly television. So dude, fuck, man. Tony's too hung up on the past instead of focusing on what's in front of him right now and building towards the future with it.
Okay.
With AEW. ROH.
I feel like we went on a really big tangent here.
Yeah. Again,
let's get back on track.
It's easy to accentuate the negatives with AEW because it's AEW, but overall,
right now it's super easy.
But it's a fucking success. They got money. They have 3 more years. 3 more years that, a lot of critics didn't think they would have. After the last year that they didn't think they would have, or the year before that they didn't think they would have, or the fucking year before.
The position that they're in now is the position that all the haters thought that they would be in before all in the first one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you measure it that way, they've been a success.
Yeah.
Are they succeeding now? No.
They're a fucking solid number 2.
They're a distant number 2, I would say.
Both can be true.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Solid number 2, but number 1 is like in another fucking galaxy.
Yeah.
Or universe.
Now, I still like me some AEW. I still think there's some stuff worth worth watching, like the MXN collection, right?
There's a lot more. We'll break down the card for Wrestle Kingdom.
Because we're gonna have to do that because tonight is review for Bad Blood, preview for WrestleDream, right? I'm lost. Where are we in our timeline here? What are we supposed to be talking about right now? Our
timeline's ass backwards right now, and I'm all with it. Let's just stick with AEW.
Then back that ass up, baby.
What match are you looking forward to the most at WrestleDream? And we'll go from there.
Oh, Lord.
He's wrestling?
No.
Fuck. Vince must not have been enough.
Daniel Bryan's match. Right now, he's kind of the most interesting thing, I would say. His farewell tour, everything is must see.
What's your number?
Still a 7.
Okay. Why is it a 7?
Because we know D-Bry's going to win. D-Bry's not losing anything until the year is over, and that's when he's going to retire. We just don't know who the retirement match is going to be yet.
I'm at a 4.
4. Why? Defend yourself, sir.
I'm going to make this very easy. This is a mic drop moment. Can someone in the chat room or someone in this apartment tell me why Moxley turned on Danielson? Has it been explained by anyone, either on commentary or by the wrestlers themselves?
If it has been explained, I missed it.
So they did it on Collision?
So But I do know that there's been like backstage stuff where Mox is acting all broody and like, oh, well, we just got to take you out and blah, 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 this and that. I don't think we got to poignant, directed, dot the I's and cross the T's. Like, this is what it was explanation.
The Abel paradox. Where has been the 30 seconds to tie this together?
There you go.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Have I missed it? Does it exist?
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I may have missed it because I've been kind of inconsistent on my watching of wrestling, of weekly wrestling. I've been inconsistent, so maybe I did miss it. Again, like how you said earlier. Anybody in the chat, help us.
We're fucked either way because Moxley just formed this new group of heels based on people that were already faces that are now heels. So you either solidify them by taking the career from Bryan Danielson, or then what's the fucking point?
Right.
And if Bryan Danielson wins, Bryan Danielson won, this keeps going.
Right.
I'm at a 4.
I don't think this is going to end here with Moxley. So, yeah, I'm at a 7. I think the match itself has the potential of being pretty good.
I have Danielson winning because I don't see it.
You know, I get it. I'm not a fan of Mox either. In fact, I think historically you've been a bigger fan of Mox than I have.
He has credibility from the past in his wrestling career, but his story now...
I'm so low on Mox. I'm so low on Mox, man. Like, I really just don't give a shit. But I know that he and Danielson could probably put on a good match.
I got a hot take for you right now.
All right.
The Lord's year 2024, I'm more fucking interested in Marina Shafir.
Damn! Okay.
Genuinely. That's the most credible she's looked, and they're putting over her MMA career.
Yeah.
She's a fucking threat. Now, would I have rather chosen the beautiful side boob that is Paige Van Zandt? Fuck yeah. But Marina Shafir, they're making it work. They got my attention. Okay. I'm watching. I'm watching her. Cesaro, Claudio, been there, done that. The Yuta stuff is interesting.
It is.
Is it that obvious that he's turning, or is he really sticking with Danielson and they're doing this a little further? But right now, the unknown is Shafir, and that's what and I'm surprised that out of all this, for me, she's standing out to the point that I'm paying attention to their segments for her more than anyone else.
You mentioned it. Danielson, Wheeler versus Pac and Claudio. And now, is that Wednesday or is that Friday?
That was Tuesday.
Or Saturday?
That was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that already passed. Damn. I missed it.
So
how was it?
It was all right. It was
okay,
good.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Danielson winning.
Okay. What else?
All right, so my turn.
Okay.
I'm going to pick a match that I'm looking forward to the most.
Okay.
Could steal the show.
Oh.
And I'm surprised I'm going this route.
Okay.
Hologram versus the Beast Mortos in a 2 out of 3 falls.
Okay. No storyline, no bread,
there's a little
no water, just flips.
Beasts. There's a little bit of story.
Okay.
Because Beast Mortos has aligned himself with El Facción Ingobernable. Did you watch Tuesday?
¿Qué pasó, Arnoldo? ¿Cómo
Hola, papi.
está?
Did you watch Tuesday?
I watched like the first 20 minutes.
You missed it.
Yeah, I missed
So
it. I missed a lot.
Beast Mortos is linking up with El Facción Ingobernable.
Oh, nice.
And their new leader is fucking Jake Roberts.
What?
Yes. He traded Lance Archer to the Don Callis family. And so in return, now he's leading. He's the mouthpiece, if not the leader of Facción Ingobernable.
What?
He's on the ramp doing the pose when the Mexicans are in the ring doing the pose. Again, it's different. It's out there. If I get to hear Jake speak some slurred Spanish on some Corona, I am in.
What?
I am adentro. I'm with it. It's fucking
Jake Roberts
bananas, dude.
is going to be wasted away in Margaritaville?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Searching for a shaker assault. But
La Víbora.
La Víbora, yes.
Thank you, Arnold.
Yes.
La
Now,
Víbora.
even with this, I can point out a flaw.
Okay.
Here is a big flaw.
What's
and
the big
I've
flaw?
said this several times. I shared this in our group chat. some of the funnest 6 minutes on YouTube last week
Uh-huh.
was the Hey EW episode where RJ City interviewed Beast Mortos.
Okay.
That shit should have been on the fucking television for people to see and like him.
I'm going to sound like a show, but the Hey EW with MXM Collection
Also great.
was really fucking good too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That needs to be a weekly segment.
Touch tips.
There isn't even a weekly segment on AEW other than the fucking learning tree. WWE had like 8 at one point that they would just swap around every now and then.
All right.
AEW needs to be on that fucking television.
Okay.
People need to see it because it's low-key good. I'd go one step further and maybe throw RJ City on Collision commentary.
Okay.
Because he's good.
RJ City needs flowers and he needs a little bit of shine and he needs TV time.
Yeah. Talk about TV time. Yeah, he needs it.
Yeah.
I'm at a fucking 10 for this.
This 10?
This is
a 10.
This is not the Lucha Libre from CMLL and AAA where half the time they're waiting for spots. And the reason why I'm at a 10 is because we're going to be going all over the fucking place tonight. Match of the week candidate, fucking Commander versus Hologram on Hologram's debut, putting over that Hologram's 13-0, now 14-0. It gave me vibes of classic WCW Nitro in the sense of you got 2 fucking wetbacks in the middle of fucking white people. The bell rings. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. And then by the time the match is over, they're standing for both of them. They both won that Spokane, Washington crowd over. You could hear it audibly, gradually, the cheers from like little to nothing to like, what the fuck, bro? Like they won them. Hologram has been doing that on Collision. The times that I've watched Collision, he's been stealing the residency in Arlington.
Yes.
He was winning fools over left and right.
He was.
And now that he had his debut, he's and the Beast Mortos' stuff is fucking good too, man.
Yeah.
There's a mix of like Commander, Hologram, Mortos, Hechicero.
Oh, I love Hechicero.
They got it.
Hechicero's good, dude.
I want
to see more of Hechicero.
I wanted to save this for the next episode or two of a game for our audience where it's like the Great 8, where we assign people for divisions. Like pick your 8 people for the main title picture. Name your 8 people for TNT. There's at least a dozen foreigners that you can put on either Continental or Intercontinental Classic that will make those titles.
Okay. And
those 4 is a damn good start.
Okay.
So with Commander and fucking Hologram, I am very like I knew from Beast Morto's side, I know what I'm like. And now he's got a personality that I kind of really like.
Okay.
And then with Hologram, he hasn't had that promo yet, but they're building up the promo packages. The commentary's putting over his undefeated streak, and he's doing some cool shit in the ring that I haven't seen, that I've either never seen before or haven't seen in a long time.
All right.
So just on paper, I'm at a fucking 10. I'm ready for this.
All right, let me ask you the hard question. Who you got winning?
The streak is alive. Hologram.
Okay.
Hologram.
I'll agree with you because I think that's super easy to say. I'll go with Hologram. I don't think I'm at a 10 for this, but you may have won me over. I probably would have said maybe a 7. But you know what? You bumped me up to an 8.
If I would have known,
you got me a little bit more erect. I'm at an 8.
I invited you here earlier than normal.
Yes, you did.
Had I known,
we had fun.
Had I known you hadn't watched it, I would have pulled it up and showed it for you.
Oh, really?
It's that good.
Wait, are we talking about a match? What?
I mean, there could be somebody. There could be a third person taking a pinfall. I'm not sure.
Papa. All right. Arnoldo says in the live chat, "Hey, EW is better than most non-wrestling segments on Dynamite, maybe even all."
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Give me another match that you're interested in.
I don't know the card that well off the top of my head. You got to tell me.
Okay.
Is MJF doing something?
No.
My favorite wrestler right now is not even on the fucking card.
He's out again.
He's injured again?
He's healing. Not injured, but he's healing.
He's healing.
I'll give you one.
Okay.
A little bit controversial.
Okay.
Mark Briscoe.
This card is top heavy. Okay, Arnold.
Mark Briscoe is defending the Ring of Honor World title against former ROH World Champion.
Jay Lethal?
The Ocho, hoping to be El Nueve. Chris Jericho.
Oh.
I'm tired of Chris Jericho.
Me too. I got
the gimmick is dumb, but it's kind of working.
But it's kind of dumb.
Very. But here's the point that fucking got me.
Okay.
I'm at an 8 for this.
An 8?
Here's what fucking got me.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, Jericho had the TV's time.
Arnie says -4.
Of course, it's fucking Jericho. He had he had Mark Briscoe on.
He should have said negative January the 6th.
And Jericho fucking dunked on him. He's like,
oh, he said, wait, never mind. -6 for January 6th.
He's like, dude, Mark, no matter how much you try, you're never going to be as good as Jay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I heard that promo. I did hear that. I did remember that. Yeah, you'll never be as good as Jay.
But then the clapback last Tuesday from Mark.
Yeah, what'd he say?
Conglomeration, you know, he's always with Kyle O'Reilly and pockets and all that stuff. He's always happy-go-lucky.
Word of the week.
His eyes were squinting. The announcer wasn't Renee, it was the other chick.
Yeah.
Kind of was like this. Mark was very monotone. You didn't have to go like that. You didn't have to bring up my brother. You know, this is supposed to be business. And you could tell his voice is starting to crack.
Yeah.
He drops the Ring of Honor title on the floor. Because I heard it when in that promo with Mark. I heard the belt drop. And he's like, I'm going to hurt you. He made it clean, cut, concise. Somebody gonna fucking die on pay-per-view.
Okay.
I'm at an 8.
Okay.
Because as much as if there's one thing I have to pick, those 2 promos should have been saved for an AEW title, not for a dead fucking Ring of Honor title.
Okay.
But with that, I care about this match. I care about Mark. I care about Jericho getting the fuck beat out of him. And probably the conglomeration going to even out the Bad Apple and the Redwood. I'm at an 8. Okay. And I got Mark winning. I think at this point, Jericho will be an easier pill to swallow if he starts putting over people that are meant to go above him on the card. And I think if you don't do fucking something with Mark Briscoe right now, you're fucking dumb. If he's not your TNT champion, or if he's not one of your other champions, an actual AEW champion, not tag champion, an actual AEW singles title, if you don't pull the trigger in the next 12 months, fucking Tony Khan, you're a fucking retard.
You're just dropping all the bad words today, aren't you?
Hell yeah, all of them. I'm going to start speaking in tongue. You're going to be like.
All right.
Number.
I would have gone Arnoldo's route and say 6 for January.
Retard is insensitive, handy, incapable.
Shut up. I would have gone for 6 for January the 6th, but you may have talked me up a little bit because of what you're saying there about Jericho. I think the reason why it would be as high of a 6 anyway is a lot of that is for BK. Again, I got to be a homer, got to represent H-Town from Guns Point, Texas. He's getting so much fucking attention and so many badass matches. I'm so happy for the guy, somebody that I was like 2 years ago ring announcing, this is fucking awesome. Yeah. So
you're wearing your emotional attachments, obviously.
I am right here. It's one
you.
of them. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm super happy for that. And if Jericho has a little bit more success and BK's out there with them, well, BK's going to get a little bit more successful. So I got to give him a little something. Yeah. Well, all that being said, you kind of talked me up a little bit. I'm at a 7.
Okay. I've got Mark winning.
You know what? I think Mark should win.
Yeah.
I don't think he will. I think Jericho is going to win.
If anything,
Arnoldo goes, well, he loses all his matches. Yeah. Meaning Brian Keith. Yeah, he loses all his matches. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't winning with Optimus Prime or whoever that fucking Prime kid was that they were tagging him with.
I don't even remember who
Exodus Prime.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Which he's a good kid, too. Oh, he's not a kid. He's a grown-ass man. He wrestles more in Dallas than he does here. But, yeah, Exodus Prime's really great.
They started on the right track by retiring the FTW title.
Right.
You should start retiring these Ring of Honor titles and maybe giving them a title shot at the AEW for it. So I would like to see Mark get that opportunity. I think they're doing the Continental Classic tournament again next in December also. So stick Mark in there. He won one match, and then have him tell the story that he actually wins the entire tournament.
Yeah.
If not, undefeated completely and have him actually wrestle Okada for the Continental title, and Okada does on.
Yeah.
Jack Perry versus Shibata for the TNT title.
Okay. Jack Perry is growing on me. The scapegoat, I should say, is growing on me.
Mm-hmm. Like a fungus.
Yeah.
Like you got to spray some Tinactin on it, but you don't want it to die.
It's a rash.
Yeah.
You might have to go see your doctor if it goes too far. The Tinactin may not work. But yeah, no, he's growing on me, man. And I like Shibata's little gimmick with the translation on the phone. It's funny. I know Shibata's a badass wrestler, even though his entrance music does not suggest that. Oh God. So yeah, 7.
On paper, I think it's a solid 7.
Yeah, and that's all I'm going off of.
His pre-tape promos are getting a lot better. Perry's is.
Yeah.
I still think it's a missed opportunity that they didn't show him actually creating the belt, like the black. Like he actually did the ironwork stuff and actually made that.
Yeah, they showed that
on television, on a segment on Dynamite.
No, it was on the internet.
It was on the nets.
Okay,
that's for us.
Okay.
That should be for everyone.
Okay,
you could attract his father's fans that are casually watching that show for him.
Okay,
just by showing him that, what gave him the most personality still.
Okay,
but his backstage promos are getting better. He's getting a little better in the ring. He can make himself look better by taking the ass whooping from Shibata and still leaving with the belt, which is what I have. I've got Perry winning. Shibata's not winning this belt. Shibata's not winning this belt. Yeah,
Ain't nobody casually watching AEW.
The AEW audience will accept AEW if they realize it is what it is, which is just fucking
bravo
3D chess. 3D chess.
Ain't nobody casually watching AEW.
Arnold barely is casually watching AEW.
Oh yeah, that's right. The only people that are watching AEW are the people that are actually dedicated and are hardcore fans.
Yeah,
he's got
unless there's something better on TV. NXT on Tuesday.
He's got a very valid point. Yeah, very valid point.
You got Perry winning?
Yeah.
Okay. Darby Allin versus Brody King.
This started as an open challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Brody, cool. 5. Darby's winning this.
I don't know.
Darby's winning this. There's no reason why Brody should win this. It's an open challenge. We're trying to put some shine on Darby after him getting his ass whooped by the Blackpool Combat Club. He needs to have a receipt so that he doesn't look as weak as he does. He had a goddamn title shot and lost the shot because he just, all right, Moxley, I'll let you bully me into putting up my shot. And then, of course, he got beat with shenanigans. So he looks super fucking weak, even though he's supposed to be one of your pillars. But why? Just so that you could give Mox a shot at the big title that he's going to lose anyway? No, he needs to have a receipt. And that receipt is this against Brody King. Brody King ain't got nothing to win on this. For this match, Brody King is enhancement talent.
So as a non-casual AEW fan, I am used to 9 weeks build for pay-per-views because they only had 4. Now, we just finished All In. 2 weeks later, we had All Out. 2 weeks later, we had Grand Slam. And now, 3 weeks later, we have fucking WrestleDream. There is history between Brody and Darby Allin before the promo last night. Brody King won a title shot last year by having Darby in a sleeper outside the ring and eliminating him last.
Yeah,
I don't think they've had a chance to mention that stuff. And they mentioned their past in the Indies. I don't give a fuck about their past in the Indies. I'm an AEW fan. I care about their past in AEW. They didn't mention that. But Brody did have a clapback in his promo with Darby in the ring because Darby's like, you want my spot? Take it. I was like, that's the problem with you and me. You're taking it for granted. You're willing to climb Mount Everest just to die. And then what? You're gone. I'm still here. I'm here to fight. I'm here to wrestle. I'm here to take a spot, not watch you give up the spot. So there's some good stuff there. On paper, I'm at a 7. because Darby's going to do what I think Darby does best, because he did that in the match against Moxley at Grand Slam, which was be a fucking human pinball.
Right.
He threw himself into everything that first half of the match, because that's his offense against a guy like Moxley, and you're going to have to Kaioken that up by 5 or 10 for Brody King, for his mass.
Yeah, because Brody King's twice as big.
And sure, Brody King might be the enhancement talent.
Right.
But if we're going to fight death with death, I'm all for it. Give me fucking Darby versus Malachi.
Oh, yeah.
Never had that.
That'd be really cool.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
And the promos with Malachi and Darby will sell you on buying a pay-per-view, buying a ticket, watching the show weekly.
Maybe that'll come at the next pay-per-view after he beats Brody.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Arnoldo says Darby should win in a car crash. I actually want to watch this match, but I also hate that Brody always loses. Ironically, because supposedly the House of Black never wants to lose.
Yeah. Jay White versus Hangman.
A returning Jay White after Hangman's been terrorizing the Bang Bang Gang
for a week.
You're right. Well, it's been more than a week that he's been terrorizing them, but yeah,
it's only been 2 weeks since he lost to fucking Swerve, or since he beat Swerve.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, I mean, I really like the Bang Bang game. I really like that Switchblade is back. You know how much I love Switchblade. So
he's no Eddie Kingston.
I mean, he's no Eddie Kingston. But no, I genuinely like Switchblade. And I kind of digging the new Hangman. So I think just on paper, 8. And I got the Hanger winning.
I'm at an 8. I'm kind of curious at the fact they're letting us choose who the face and who the heel is. It's easy to pick Hangman as a heel because he burned down Swerve's house. Are we supposed to forget that?
No. Same way how you haven't forgot that Swerve kind of promo on his baby.
But of course, guns up for gold members here in H-Town and down. Yeah.
Guns up.
Yep. It's weird because you can go either way with whoever wins this. Like, you can actually solidify a run with Jay White that he's really never had.
Right.
He cut the promo last Tuesday about it's time for me to get back on course and finally hold some singles AEW gold. Hangman wins it. Then the insanity continues. The Cowboy Tasmanian Devil just keeps spinning. And whatever he knocks over. Like, as a fan of either of the guys, you as a fan are not going to lose either way. So
true.
I'm almost at a stalemate. I kind of just want Jay White to win because he just got there and needs a W.
That's fair.
You know,
that's very fair.
And a lot of the big matches that the Bang Bang Gang has had in the last 6 months, they haven't been getting much W's.
Do you think that this could be some sort of DQ or count out or
maybe
crazy finish?
So if the Guns are going to turn heel and disqualify, get involved,
the Guns don't have to turn heel. They kind of always have been heel, but they just gotta get cheered sometimes.
So who evens out Hangman?
The somebody from the Elite, the Bucks.
Do you want that? Will it greater? Well, to quote Arnold here, will it embiggen or lessen Hangman by reuniting with the Bucks?
I think a loss would hurt Switchblade more than it would hurt Hangman.
I agree with that. So it just in that mathematics, I got Jay White winning.
Yeah. Arnoldo says there's definitely not enough time for these storylines to cook. Yeah. He also says Jay White has been taking too many L's this year.
No.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Konosuke Takeshita. Triple threat international title. The floor is yours.
I want to do this, but I kind of don't want to do this. But I'm going to go with my gut. 10. I'm at a fucking 10 for this match. My gut is saying this is going to be a banger that's going to steal the goddamn show. It could steal the year if they really let it play out. All three of these guys can fucking go, man. We know what Takeshita, what Ospreay and Richard O'Shea can do together. We know what Takeshita could do. Maybe not with these folks, but he could do some badass fucking shit. Put them together in my favorite style match, which is a triple threat match. This could be fucking bananas, dude. But the reason why I kind of hesitate to say a 10 is because where did this come from? What fucking story was here? I mean, yeah, we have the story already built in with Ricochet and Ospreay, but they kind of already had their match for the nostalgia purposes, and I guess they're going to do it again. Well, how do you spice it up? Oh, add a third? Well, that's not really organic now, is it? But that third looks pretty good, so it's like, I mean, I can't argue with that ass, like that's going to be a good fucking match. So I want to maybe give it a 9, maybe give it an 8, just because the build isn't there, but fuck, am I excited for this match. This number that we give is our anticipation level, not necessarily how good we think the match is going to be, how much I am anticipating this match. And for me, I want to see this motherfucking match. 10. Ospreay. Ospreay's with it. 10. All right.
Let me help you.
Okay,
let me get the tag.
All right. Help me, daddy.
Our current match of the year list candidate from AEW is Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita-san. That's where that rivalry started. Up until 2 nights ago, Will Ospreay was still with the Don Callis family. So
yeah,
he even tagged with United Empire teammate Kyle Fletcher in the gauntlet. Won the gauntlet because Ospreay is now 3-0 in gauntlets, casino gauntlets. Went for the titles and lost because Callis tried to get Fletcher to use the screwdriver because he already knew Ospreay
wouldn't do it.
And so even though there's still a little bit tension with Ospreay and Callis, there's always still been tension with Ospreay and Takeshita.
Yeah,
they've never had the rematch.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's been 6 months, maybe more.
And they keep eyeballing each other.
And they keep, it's like they're up until this point, they're not friends, but they ain't enemies because they both have the mutual respect for Don Callis.
You're right.
Until now, Callis was like, you know what? I purposely did that shit because I wanted it done this way and you wouldn't listen. Then that's why I gave up the best wrestler in the world to take you. And now I'm going to give up you to take on someone else. Yeah. So he made it clear. And Ospreay's like, no more bruv.
Yeah.
We done so.
Yeah. So
that's where Takeshita and fucking Ospreay have been.
Okay. You sold me.
I have a bit of a hot take.
Okay.
After the past 5 weeks, I don't fucking care about Ricochet.
Damn! What? You don't care about Ricochet?
And the booking of the match 2 weeks ago was even worse.
Okay.
Because you could have done one or the other.
Okay.
You could have ended it with the double pinfall. Oh, you want 5 more minutes? Pay $50 and watch the rematch. Or you could have just had fucking Takeshita come with the fuckery already and left Ospreay versus Ricochet's first match in AEW hang in the air. And we'll come back to that shit later.
Okay.
Instead of, again, giving it away for free. You gave 2 awesome endings for free and for nothing.
Yeah.
Because we ended up with this match anyway.
Arnoldo goes, okay, good. I thought it was just me. Yeah, Ricochet is vanilla as fucking AEW.
Whoa, why are you here?
He's got no riz, as the kids say.
Or as they say it overseas, he ain't got no fizz either.
fizz.
No fizz. All flat. No, he ain't bubbly, bro. To be honest, I would be at a fucking 11 if we got Ospreay versus Takeshita 2 this Saturday.
Okay.
Again, why is it at an 11? It's currently our match of the year candidate for AEW right now. So I know it's a fucking banger.
Arnoldo says that he's at a 12 out of 10.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't one up you.
I will go one step further. It's time.
What's time?
It's time.
It's time?
Yeah.
It's time.
Takeshita's pinning Ricochet. He's taking the belt. He is finally giving the credibility that Callis needs, especially with his new stable and his new partner, Lance Archer.
And he's pinning Ricochet.
Yeah.
Wow.
High risk, high reward. That's what happens in a menage.
Yeah,
you can lose the belt without even being involved. You hold the camera while the action is going on.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm predicting. Okay. And so that we end the year with Takeshita Ospreay 2 with the shoe on the other foot. Well, not technically the shoe wasn't on the other foot because that wasn't a title match. That was just
neither one of them had shoes.
Jordan versus Pippen. They were just playing barefoot.
Yeah.
So
barefoot.
Yeah, I've got Takeshita pinning Ricochet. Write that down. Take it to Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like one of the 3 matches that is making me want to watch. That is driving me to watch this live on Saturday. This match. I can't wait for this fucking match.
All right.
Bucks versus Private Party. Tag titles.
8. I could be convinced to go higher, but
5.
I need convincing. And you're not going to convince me, apparently. No. Dude, I really want Private Party and the Bucks to have a fucking banger of a match that I know that they can do.
They had it. The second episode of Dynamite 5 years ago.
Yep. So I would like
0 from Arnold. 0. You, my man, eres racista. It's not so much from the Private Party side. Let's look at the Bucks side.
It's the Bucks side.
Let's look at the Bucks side.
I agree. It's the Bucks side.
4 months ago,
yeah,
Jack Perry punches the owner of the company that had never really been on television.
Yeah.
Young Bucks give him a Meltzer driver. What was the actual payoff?
Oh.
So you go from that to Private Party dethroning them after a 2-week build?
Well, I mean, but yay, Private Party?
Well, yay, Private Party, yeah.
Okay.
But
you can't just be happy for Private Party.
I'd rather watch Private Party wrestle the Velvet Rope.
Damn.
At least the rope will sell. What the fuck?
Wow.
I'm not at a 0 like Arnold, but you can persuade me to go lower.
Damn.
I limbo this bitch.
Oh, man.
The Young Bucks are not, after most of everything that they've stood for in 2024, they're not going to lose the belts now.
Yeah.
Or otro racista. Or to them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Here's how dumb Tony's booking is.
Yeah.
We're going to end the year with Private Party becoming the Ring of Honor tag champs.
Hombre, wait. No.
Because we got like 14 belts now. I don't hear an argument.
All right, I'm at a 6.
Bucks are winning.
Yeah. Bucks win, LOL.
We have one match left to talk about.
Okay, what is it?
The other match that is compelling me to watch this live on Saturday.
Oh.
Mariah May defending the women's world title against Nothing Matters, Smile Anyway, Willow Nightingale.
Okay.
I'm at a 9.
9. Okay.
Mariah May has been lacking in her run because you ended on a high with her beating fucking Toni Storm, who had a year.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to find where you're putting her.
Yeah.
And I think Willow is going to elevate her. I don't know if I'm ready to say Willow will take the title, but goddamn, that's going to be a good match.
Mm-hmm.
And they are both great women's wrestlers, having two completely different characters and two completely different looks and two completely different road paths to get to this match.
Yeah.
I could be convinced to go 10. I'm at a 9.
Okay. Sounds fair. I'm not sure where I want to be. Like, I'm not sure if I want to be an 8. I'm not sure if I want to be a 9. I'm not sure if I want to be a 10. But I'm somewhere in there. I think I could be convinced either way too. And I think it's because maybe I missed some of the booking. Like I know that Willow's been on the come up. But I'm not picturing Willow and Mariah as having beef. Right?
Willow just won number 1 contenders 4-way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And Willow
so there's no beef.
Willow needs something to come off that Statlander feud also.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, I don't feel like the Statlander feud ended. I mean, maybe it did. I just missed it. But I don't feel like that business is finished. There is unfinished business there. I think. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. But that's why I'm having a hard time moving past that feud. And then on the other side, moving past Mariah and Tony.
You would prefer watching a rematch with Mariah and Tony and a rematch with Willow and Stat instead of watching Mariah and Willow?
Probably. But I also feel like maybe in this match, somehow those two feuds are going to spill over. So while we really want, or while we're going to try to get Willow versus Mariah, either Tony or Stat is going to get involved, and it's going to make a screwy finish. I don't think we're going to see a title change hands. I think Mariah's going to keep it. And that really sucks for Willow because I feel like Willow is kind of always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But then when she is the bride, nobody takes notice. Right?
Or she gets married in the courthouse because she's had other titles. But it's not
right. It's never been. Yeah. So maybe later she will get the women's world title, but it'll be after nobody cares. Right?
After she's cooled off. The Samoa Joe effect.
Yeah.
They don't strike when her iron's hot.
Exactly.
By the time they give it to her. It's like,
yeah. We should have gotten a tag match between those 4. Yeah, I agree with you, Arnoldo.
We can't all be NXT. Sorry.
Yeah. That's a good thing, though. Like, she could be the Razor Ramon of AEW's women's wrestling. What? Mariah peaked the second she won the belt. Yeah, she did. Yeah. She did peak. So I don't know where my number is yet. You're at a 10.
I'm at a 9.
You're at a 9.
Yeah.
I don't know where Arnie is. I sound like I was lower on this than you, and if you were at a 9, I'll have to say I'm at an 8.
Okay. I've got Mariah winning also.
Okay, cool.
Overall, that's the pay-per-view. 9 matches. I don't know what the pre-show is going to be. I don't fucking care at this point because they announced shit last minute. I'm at a solid 8 for the show.
I would say I'm at a 6.
Okay.
There's a few things that I'm like, I am going to get to watch this one. So that's good. So I'm going to try to watch as best I can. It's going to be at a friend's birthday party. So they're going to be celebrating their birthday and they're going to have the show up because some of them are wrestling friends. So it's like some of them are not. They're just there for the party. So I'm going to try to pay attention as best as I can. But I mean, I don't know what the volume situation is going to be like.
Sell the non-wrestling people on the Triple Threat.
Okay.
On Jack Perry.
Yeah.
And Hologram Beast Mortos.
Okay.
That one of those 3 will hook them.
Okay.
Or be their best shot of hooking them.
Yeah. All right.
So this is weird because we normally do the recap last, and we have a lot to go.
Arnold, no, you did not miss the WWE talk.
We're about to do it.
We're about to do it right now. Somehow we just got reversed it.
So let's continue.
Okay.
On the match of the week candidacies.
Okay. Out with it.
It's been a couple weeks, so let me see if I have the timeline correctly. Match of the week candidate. Well, Flowers.
Arnoldo says make them casually watch AEW.
Yeah. Flowers for Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher versus the Young Bucks on Dynamite for the titles.
I wholeheartedly agree. That was a banger of a match. It was really good. I like the finish. Although I know some of our community will not like the finish because it was a screwy finish, but I think it made sense.
Regardless of what I felt of both the finishes, Ospreay and Ricochet was damn good.
Fair.
I had a lot of time to catch up. Did you get a chance to watch Last Monster Standing between Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed?
No, I did not.
I will go out on a limb and say that was one of the best television matches WWE has had all year.
Wow.
That shit was fucking fun. The crowd was all into it. There was some stuff that was so stupid. It was stupidly fun.
All right.
And the finish just tied the whole thing into a bow. They're trying. The stairs in the ring. The ring had already imploded. They're both down. They're trying to stand up for the 10 count. And before, like on the count of 7, in comes Seth Rollins to curb stomp Bronson Reed onto the stairs, tying that bow together. Strowman wins. He wins the match. In the moment, I wasn't a big fan of Strowman winning, but in hindsight, I was thinking, well, shit. Let me try to think of it from another way. It took 2 people to beat Bronson Reed.
2.
Made Bronson Reed a lot better than he did when he walked in there.
Okay.
And it actually made me tolerate Braun more. But besides the toleration...
Wait, Strowman or Reed?
Strowman.
Okay.
But besides the toleration, there was one thing that really made me like Braun Strowman. Mm-hmm. That match went through 2 commercial breaks.
Okay.
Somewhere in the first commercial break, Braun Strowman tore his groin.
His groin?
And continued that fucking match.
Oof.
Through the second commercial break, through the announce table, through the superplex, through the ring collapsing.
Wow.
Mad respect for Strowman.
That's a strong groin.
Yeah. Yeah. South Carolina size.
Aye.
Yeah. So I got a newfound respect for him. Both the guys came out looking a lot better than they did when they went in the match.
All right.
It had like a movie kind of feel as far as the build, almost like a movie trailer. Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
Reed coming out of the water and Strowman coming through like the desert and then fighting in the town. It was fun. They did their job well. Okay. Everyone, production, the ring, the wrestlers, everything.
Okay.
I'll throw you for another loop.
Okay.
If you didn't have enough fun on Monday, goddamn, finish the story Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green and Michin in the dumpster match was another one of those things where in the beginning the crowd wasn't really feeling it. And then by the time the match was over, the crowd was all over it.
Yeah.
It was fun. And then fucking Piper Niven showing up in the cowboy hat because they were in Tulsa. And oh, God.
It felt a little bit like the ridiculous side of the Attitude Era.
Yes.
Not like the attitude side, but the ridiculous side.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. I mean, there was a lot of bad shit in the Attitude Era. A lot of people look back at the Attitude Era like, oh my God, it was the best era in wrestling ever. There was some stuff that really wasn't all that good.
Yeah.
But the stuff that was good was fucking great. And a lot of the stuff that was fucking great was the drama and the comedy. There was some comedy shit in the Attitude Era that was just fucking funny.
Yeah.
This was too. It felt like that. Felt like a throwback.
AEW's competition last Tuesday. Alba Femi versus Tony D'Angelo for the NXT North American title.
I didn't get to watch this
one. Was fucking good.
Yeah.
Another example of in the moment, I wasn't the biggest fan of Alba Femi's streak getting broken now.
Yeah.
By him, Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
But then I put my thinking cap on. I could see Alba Femi beating Trick Williams WrestleMania weekend for that NXT title. For that NXT title. And that's Trick's farewell to the main roster. Alba's been ready. After like a month, Alba was fucking ready. And he's one of those, he's one of the first NIL people next in line. So he has no wrestling experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's getting it so fucking quick.
Yeah.
His strut to
I love that strut
of the music when he came to the ring for his title match.
Yeah.
He has it. Woo! In spades, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love me some Alba Femi, man.
Arnoldo
says the first 2 NXTs on the CW have been great.
Consistently good. I know they botched the finish, but Randy Orton versus Javon Evans was fun too.
Oh yeah,
that was good.
I didn't get to see that one.
As a matter of fact, the opening 6-woman tag with Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Kaylani Jordan.
I did see
against,
that.
Fatal Illusion was really good too.
That was fun.
That was pretty good too.
Yeah.
But this is the part of the show we dim lights down. We have to give a cemetery's worth of flowers. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
I'm jumping a little bit.
Okay.
I'm nominating this as match of the year.
Whoa, Nelly.
Over Roman versus Cody from WrestleMania 40.
Holy shit.
I'm willing to. I am really willing to. And I'm going to start with my knockout punch.
Okay.
In hindsight, because when we watch these match of the year matches in December, we're watching it with hindsight. Mm-hmm. Because this match has happened again. In hindsight, 70% of that Cody Roman match doesn't matter for fucking nothing. Because the match picks up as typical Roman Reigns title defenses do, with everyone in the Aunt Jemima showing up and interfering. Every fucking minute of that Hell in a Cell match mattered. Every fucking minute.
Oh, that is a very spicy take. I don't think it's wrong.
I mean, I didn't have to say it like that, but I'm kind of right.
That's a good point. I'm going to have a hard time arguing that point.
I would love for anyone in here to argue that too. But I got to start strong. That's my Tyson swing right there. Like, I'm going for the ear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everything mattered.
We took the liberty of watching that match again before we recorded tonight.
Yes.
I'm assuming that was your second viewing.
That was my second viewing.
Tell the people what you thought of that match. What you were telling to me when we were going back and forth on the couch.
Oh, yeah. There was a few things. One thing that I was pointing out, because apparently you didn't know, was the toolbox spot where Punk just kind of whacked Drew in the head with the toolbox over his head, resulted in, and I can't remember the exact number. I can't remember if it was 12 or 16. It was one of those two numbers.
Stitches.
Staples. Right across the top split where you would split your hair. That's where Drew got cut. Wow. So he goes cut the hard way. This might be an argument that I would use against this match. Same way how I used the same argument the year before with the Cody versus Seth. I was like, you guys think that match was good because he had a torn pec? This motherfucker shouldn't have had a torn pec and been wrestling in a match. I don't want to give that match flowers to encourage that kind of behavior.
Not even dead ones?
Dead flowers?
Yeah.
If I were to argue against that match, that would be my argument against it. Like, they were a little bit too reckless. There was a little bit too much where they were kind of in danger, right?
But
there's a lot of stuff that was really good in that match. There's a lot of spots that were like, oh, this subverted my expectations. Expectation that was subverted, number one. When the match started, you saw in the cell, there was holes to climb. Like, the motherfuckers are going to climb the cell. They didn't climb the cell. Subverted expectation number two. Around the middle of the cell, like halfway up where the bars were that connected the chain link, there was a loose chain that was hung up by clips all around. And I'm like, oh, somebody's going to climb up there and unclip those chains and use that chain. That didn't happen. No. As far as I know, the chain that was used at the end of the match was
from the toolbox.
Mm-hmm. So like, what the fuck's that chain doing up there? I thought at the first 30 seconds of the match, when I saw those two things, I knew exactly two spots that were going to happen. And they didn't.
You mean to tell me nobody's going to dive off the top of a cage?
And you know what? Nobody dived off the top of the cage.
You mean to tell me there's a Hell in a Cell match without thumbtacks?
I thought there was going to be. When Drew came out with that sack, that black sack, oh, there's some thumbtacks in there. He starts pouring out. Wait, what the fuck is that?
Smarties?
Are those Legos? Are the what the fuck? The beads! Oh, fuck, that's diabolical. Oh, that's so smart.
I thought
Now, let me make a little bit of a confession. Ever since I was a wee lad, and when WWE first introduced the concept of the Hell in a Cell, I always thought, it's just a cage match, but the cell is bigger, or the cage is bigger. Why? It's so stupid. They're like, the Hell in a Cell. Let's just say it's a cage. It's a cage match. Oh, no, it's a Hell in a Cell. It's better. No, it's not. It's the same thing. I realized something from this match. What the true purpose of Hell in a Cell is. If you have a cage, usually the cage is right up against the apron,
and
right?
Ropes, yeah.
And it eliminates going out of the ring. And wee lad Abel didn't think that was a big deal. Now that I'm a little bit more mature, a little bit more involved in wrestling, a little bit more knowledgeable, now I realize, oh shit, if you take out the falling out of the ring part, you take out a big part of psychology that can happen in the ring. For example, when a babyface hits their GTS finisher and the heel is supposed to fall to get the pin, but instead accidentally rolls out of the ring. No, I can't get the pin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can still do that kind of shit in a Hell in a Cell because Hell in a Cell still has the rules of a regular match to win the match, but it also has added the rules of the hardcore shit, but it also has the rules where you can't really escape. That takes out the outside. Oh, this is actually kind of smart. You have all of the psychological advantages and stories and tropes that you could use in a regular match, and all the psychological stories and uses and tropes and all that shit that you can have in a hardcore match put together. Oh, shit. This match made me realize that.
26 years, and Abel finally knows the difference between a cage match and a Hell in a Cell. Thanks, Arnold.
Thank you. Thank you, Arnoldo. Light dawns on head. That's what happened there.
Not to be sexist, just to be an observation. There was more seriousness to this match by only being the only cell match on the pay-per-view. You could have convinced casual WWE fans and hardcore WWE fans that Rhea versus Liv could have been worthy enough to be inside Hell in a Cell. Hell, I'd go a step further that if Punk and Drew weren't in this storyline, I would have wanted to see Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley inside Hell in a Cell.
And be the only cell match at Bad Blood.
And have Dominic on the top trying to get in.
Okay.
But the fact that this was the only one made it that much more important that there was going to be a hard time topping.
The fact that this was at Bad Blood and not at Hell in a Cell, where you have to
have the card,
yeah, where it has to be a Hell in a Cell match. No, this is like a regular pay-per-view.
Yeah,
that has a cell match because the story warrants it. Yeah.
What are your flaws? What are your nits to pick?
I told you my first flaw. First flaw is it was at parts too gory. Too gory. I would sometimes say maybe for the sake of gore, but then again, the biggest gory thing was done the hard way. It was an accident. So that's my biggest flaw. If we're talking about how perfect a match is, somebody getting cut open the hard way, requiring 16 stitches, that shit ain't supposed to happen. That's a fuck up. That's a huge fuck up. And that's a fuck up that's going to leave a scar on that man for the rest of his life.
As the storyline predicted building up to this match.
True. That's just a coincidence. It still wasn't supposed to happen.
It was the only.
It still wasn't supposed to happen.
So you're going to be complaining about a pillow match because there's too many feathers?
No,
this is the one match where this happens. This doesn't happen. This shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen.
A strap match,
it shouldn't happen that way.
It shouldn't happen in a submission match. It shouldn't happen in a fucking Mimosa Mayhem.
It was still an accident.
Their promos built that there was blood.
Was still an
Histories
accident.
of Helen. Finn Balor's thing with Edge where he got hurt was also an accident. But we thought that made it better.
Did we?
Yes. Arnold, check the tape. Yes. This is the promo said this was going to be bloody. The promo said that our wives didn't want to be a part of this. This is why.
Okay.
Whether it was booked or a happy accident.
Yeah.
That's how it was supposed to be.
A happy accident. It's not a happy accident. Okay, whatever.
I mean, if you're looking on the internet and see 3 days before the Hell in a Cell match a ringside photo of Punk and McIntyre talking over their match ringside, yeah, it might have been a happy accident. Okay. So, besides that,
and then of course the same thing with the when Drew landed tailbone first on that steps when he obviously was either supposed to land flat or he wasn't supposed to land at all on the steps, and he just got caught his tailbone on it again. An imperfection on the actual execution of the wrestling.
Would you feel better if you knew that was a gimmick stare and that side wasn't serrated steel and actually was intended to give?
If it was intended to do it that way, then they really got me, because I don't think that you could intend to land on your tailbone on the edge of a thing like that.
Unless you knew that it wasn't. You knew it was gimmicked.
Maybe, but fuck, dude, that was bad.
Okay. What else?
I don't know. So you've already busted your nut.
Yeah.
Saying you think this is match of the year.
Yeah.
Before sitting here at this table, after sitting on the couch watching it with you a second time, I had to reevaluate what I thought about it at the end of the match the first time. After I was done watching it the first time, I thought, fuck, that was a really good match. That match might be able to steal the show. But it's an opener. Let's see what the rest of the show is like. And then the rest of the show ended, and I was like, yeah, that Hell in a Cell match was probably the best match. It was probably, yeah, I think it was the best match. Yeah, that was the best match of the night. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what did not happen.
You didn't have that match of the year vibe.
I didn't have that immediate after. Fuck, that's the match of the year. But what did I ask you while we were still sitting on the couch? I was like, Chris, what is our match of the year for WWE? I couldn't fucking for the life of me remember. And you were like, Cody Roman at WrestleMania 40. And I was like, oh, yeah, duh.
You liked it enough that you forgot what the fucking match currently is.
Yes. And I'm like, okay, so this isn't
That's an inverted way of thinking.
Yes. So if I'm looking at, this is not the week of January 1st, 2025, right? We're in the middle of October. We're getting close to the end of the year. So we've seen a lot of matches this year. This isn't hey, are we making the decision right now to crown a match of the year, finito, end all, be all? Or are we looking at, hey, is this match better than the match of the year for only WWE that we've had so far in the year? So all I'm doing is comparing this match to Roman versus Cody. If that's the decision that I have to make,
that's the fair
and that's the only criteria that I have to look at it, this is better than Cody Roman.
Whoa! So is it? 1, 2, 3. Oh my God!
Arnoldo, what do you think? God damn it, Hector! I wish you were in the live chat. What do you think? Medlin's there. Medlin, what do you think? Arnoldo, give me a thumbs up.
Whoa! Wow. We sat together when we recorded the review, and we were solidified that nothing booking right now, that at that time booking, nothing was going to come close to the story that wound up being Cody versus Roman. But that was just another chapter in the story, because we're like in the third inning of this story, apparently.
Chris.
Wow.
In the year of our Lord, 2024, CM motherfucking Punk is on a match of the year list
for WWE.
When I've already admitted that I don't give a fuck if I ever see CM Punk ever wrestle again 2 years ago. And then I said it again 6 months ago. And I'm still like, you know what? Fuck CM Punk. I don't want to, fuck that guy. He's washed. I've said on this show, he's washed.
This is for Drew.
I mean,
Kumbaya. No, it's for Punk, so it's like this.
No, yeah.
Cross the arms when you do it. That straight edge is hairy as fuck. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell, Bad Blood 2024 is officially on our match of the year.
What the fuck?
Booting Cody versus Roman, which we haven't even talked about yet. We still have a main event.
Oh, no, though. Oh, I definitely took a screenshot of that just now.
Send it to us. We're going to put that as our banner for Facebook.
No,
yes,
we're not
yes,
that.
I am.
No,
I
fuck
am.
that.
Our profile picture is still the Undertaker. Our banner is going to be that.
No, we don't need the Undertaker profile picture anymore. The logo is just fine.
Cody
CM Punk finished the story. He kind of did.
Cody and Roman against Solo and Jacob from the Bloodline main evented this pay-per-view that opened with a match of the year candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, in typical Bloodline fashion, most of that match didn't matter.
Yeah.
But if every other match since his debut has not been the coming out party, that was the coming out party. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jacob fucking Fatu. Okay. Welcome to the fucking big time.
Okay. Fair.
This was not your typical Bloodline match where 70% didn't matter.
I thought you were going to say that about fucking Solo. You were saying that about Jacob. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Well, I thought you were going to say that about Solo.
Solo's character acting was great.
Yeah.
But in the ring, you don't fuck with Jacob.
Yeah.
And if he's going to be rocking out the summer of 2025 with a bottle of Hennessy and a cigar in his mouth, he's the actual tribal chief. The tension between Cody and Roman, the interplay between the two, the finish with the return of Jey Uso. There's videos floating around on the internet. I've seen it a dozen times already of the actual verbiage of what was said between Roman and Jey.
Oh, what was it?
Where it's like, you called the play? And Jay's like, for you, my tribal chief, only for you, Us. Bruh. That would have been perfect as a finish to continue the chapter of whatever the fuck this Bloodline story is now. And I think...
You with me? I'm with you. Yeah.
And then actually going back to help Cody. We never had the preview episode for Bad Blood because I left Thursday to go to St. Louis. Right. And the Wednesday that I had scheduled 3 weeks ago to record, someone forgot.
We always do it on Thursdays.
That fucking finish was enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think you kind of got some negative points by bringing The Rock out. Because he did but fuck nothing.
Yeah.
You could have saved that for the first SmackDown tomorrow. You could have saved it. He could have came out to start SmackDown tomorrow.
Yeah.
And done exactly what he did at the pay-per-view and would have gotten a better reaction.
Okay.
The best part of the whole thing was I was getting flashbacks. And the flashback that I was getting was Sting teaming up with Samoa Joe in TNA. And the agreement was bell to bell. After that, fuck you. So as soon as Samoa Joe won the match for the team, he fucking left.
Yeah.
And Sting got jumped, and I guess Booker T came out, or somebody came out to help Sting. So I was like,
he gone.
We got this promo that Cody is in Roman's way in life. He did his job. Now he's fucking the fuck off.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's like, Oos, I'm with you.
Yeah.
We need to show them who the OTC is.
Yeah.
And they went and saved Cody.
Yeah.
That was the fucking perfect finish for that chapter. Okay. You could have started the next chapter with The Rock coming out. The Rock, so it was like, oh my God. And then, oh my God. And then, oh my God, I'm about to have a heart attack. And then The Rock comes out. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming. Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was no need for a down curve after that night, and The Rock was the down curve.
And well, see, I don't think The Rock appearing was a down curve. I think The Rock appearing and not saying anything and only kind of doing a weird ass gesture that didn't really make any sense is the down curve. Yeah. The Rock doing the one backwards. Yeah. And then 2, 3, and then
that called his music like, to replay.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay, that didn't really make too much sense. But I think that was really the downside. The Rock coming out was like, oh shit. Okay, now we're getting more revelation of what we all thought, was that he is the one behind the Bloodline 2.0. But that's kind of not what, Okay, it wasn't enough. Yeah. It was either too much or not enough. It wasn't right. It wasn't just right, because it felt like it was kind of both too much and not enough. So because it was so bad, you could have done completely without it, or the only way to have fixed it is to have Rock give us something a little bit more than just that weird ass gesture that didn't mean anything. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Arnoldo says in the live chat, Jacob Fatu gives me so much fucking hope. I love that dude's work. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the Indies, or welcome out of the Indies, Jacob Fatu.
This might not be fair to ask, but I saw the beginning of Bad Blood and I saw the end of Bad Blood. Okay. And I really didn't see anything in the middle. Okay. Is there anything in the middle worth talking about? Rhea versus Liv, Damian Priest versus fucking Finn Balor, Nia Jax versus Bayley. There might have been one or two.
I don't think that there was a bad match on the card, but the least best was Nia and Bayley. There was a couple of botchy spots that attempted Hurricane Rana that Nia tried to do, which if she could have pulled that shit off, that would have been amazing. But she did not pull that shit off. So it looked ugly. And there was another spot, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was something else that was kind of botchy, and it just seemed like Bayley and Nia were just off. It was almost like Bayley and Nia never wrestled each other before and didn't even know each other before tonight. Yeah, that's what it looked like. And I know that's not true. I know they've wrestled each other before. I know they know each other. I know they've probably trained together.
Takeover London was Bayley versus Nia.
Yeah, like that's definitely not the case, but that's what they looked like in the ring this past weekend. So yeah, Arnoldo, Rhea versus Liv was good. They botched the Raquel return, but it was fine. Bayley carried Nia to mediocrity, and Finn versus Priest was stiff.
Yes. Raquel return?
Raquel Rodriguez returned at the end of Liv and Rhea.
Is she turning on Rhea?
Yes, kind of. So she came out to help Liv. What she was supposed to do was the ref was supposed to have his back turned. She was supposed to lay out Rhea and then grab a already dead Liv and put dead Liv on top of Rhea. But the problem was she kind of did it too soon. Did it right in front of the ref. The ref was there like, well, I guess this is a DQ. And then DQ'd, and she still tried to grab a dead Liv and put her on top of Rhea. I was like, why aren't you counting? Because it's already a DQ, you idiot. That's why. And so she's like, oh. So Liv was like, just pick me up and grab the title. I'm dying, but I have the title. Thank you, Raquel. You know, so it was a little bit of a botch, but it was fine. What was the most fun part of that match was when Dominic fell out of the shark cage. So he was in the shark cage, I don't know, 30 feet above the ramp, not above the ring, above the ramp. Oh, like 30 feet. And he was like looking down. And this was really weird. The cage door opened, and we don't know why it opened. I think either the cameraman missed something or just I think what was supposed to have happened was that somehow Dirty Dom knew how to pick a lock because he's had time in prison. But we didn't catch any of that. Just all of a sudden, the door went. So the door was open, but he's still 30 feet in the air. And he's looking down, and they're fighting, and they're right up underneath him. And I'm like, oh, shit, Dom is going to jump out and, like, dive on them, too. Well, and he was selling it the entire time like he was scared of heights. So he was, like, sitting down like he didn't want to stand up. So he was, like, sitting down, and he was, like, looking over, and he kind of fell out. But he was still attached to the cage because apparently he was shackled in the cage. So he was literally hanging upside down like a fucking piñata, and Rhea got a kendo stick and started wailing on him like a fucking piñata. It was fucking hilarious. But no, that was really fun. But yeah, Arnoldo says they showed him picking the lock. Did he pick the lock? Okay. Well, anyways, so that was good. And then yes, Finn and Priest was stiff. It was a stiff match. It was a good stiff match.
Priest won?
Yeah. Yes. God, now I don't even remember. All I remember is thinking, fuck, that was pretty good. But it wasn't better than the match that preceded it. It wasn't better than the Hell in a Cell, and I also don't think it was better than Liv and Rhea, to the exception of the botches.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's there's one last thing about Bad Blood we didn't get to mention.
Okay.
So even after the pay-per-view ended, it wasn't over.
Yeah.
Surprised or not surprised that Kevin Owens beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes outside of his bus after the pay-per-view.
Right. Now, I think I know what you're going to say. Well, this was good. It should have been on my telly. Since it wasn't on my telly, I don't care. The casuals need to see it. Right? Is that what you're going to say?
No, because that was like maybe 5 minutes after? Because they did the same thing with one of the other pay-per-views where Punk cost Drew something.
Okay.
And then like maybe 4 or 5 minutes after the pay-per-view was over, after the pay-per-view was over, they went backstage to like the crew, the post-show crew.
Right.
And after like 2 or 3 minutes, McIntyre comes out and starts berating everybody, and he winds up actually putting his hands on Raw manager.
Yeah.
And
not Aldis, the other one.
Yeah. And Pierce, Scrap Daddy, and almost gets suspended to the point that Wade Barrett got up from the commentary booth table and separated them.
Yeah.
Actually, Wade Barrett got a push in on Scrap Daddy before he told you to back the fuck up. So if that happened within 2 or 3 minutes, if you're watching the post show just to get some kind of reaction after everything that happened, I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'll let it slide.
I'm
watching the first 5 minutes just to see a reaction.
I liked it because I thought it was creative. Okay, something that's actually relevant to the show happening when the show is over makes sense and lends itself to what the realism is supposed to be in wrestling. The wrestling is supposed to be real. Yeah. But, right as 9 o'clock hits, everything is resolved and everybody goes home? No, that doesn't make sense. If you got people that are really pissed off at each other, they're not going to all of a sudden stop being pissed off at 9.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm getting on the bus. I'm going home.
No, that didn't happen. So it makes sense. It was very creative. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I understand the story.
KO is turning into Big Show with all these damn turns.
That's what I was going.
Thank you, Arnoldo.
I was going that route. I understand the storyline aspect of it, but we've already seen Cody versus KO, and KO can't beat him. So what's the point of KO being the first one to turn on him? Mm-hmm. He's just going to get his ass whooped again. Now, if this was like this was Orton on Friday, tomorrow, that would have made more sense, especially after he just put over the kid on NXT. Ultimate babyface thing to do, and then 3 days later beat the shit out of his former legacy partner and friend since they both come back to the roster. That would have had more impact than KO. He's gonna lose again.
And you know what else this means? This means that KO is not going to be on Team OTC for the Bad Blood War Games match.
Yeah.
Because we were all trying to telegraph that it's going to be Bloodline 2.0 versus Team OTC.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, well, who's on Team OTC? Well, Roman, probably both Usos, Cody and Kevin? I guess not Kevin now. Sammy, I guess, versus...
Or Orton. Orton needed the 30 seconds. Cody gave it to him face to face. Orton's cool with it.
Versus the Tongans, Solo, Jacob, and who else? Or are we going to go 4-on-4?
They've rumored that they signed Hikuleo.
It could be Hikuleo.
Yeah.
Or are they just going to do 4-on-4? Because War Games could be 4-on-4 instead of 5-on-5. Yeah. And maybe they just
and it's too soon for Jay to just up and say, yeah, I'm with you. He's already got his own thing going. He's an IC champ. He's the only one from the OTC that has gold right now. So it's too soon for him to just be like, all right, Oos, I'm in. No, we need more time for Jay.
Well, what I'm saying, you got a couple of weeks.
No, we need more than that.
No, when it comes to Jimmy and Jay, Jimmy could squash it with him in a 30-second promo, and that's it.
You mean the last match that Jimmy had was against Jay?
Yes. No, but I'm still saying that is what could be the catalyst. I will buy it if both Jimmy and Jay are on Team OTC by the time War Games comes around. He could be the last one to try to make the decision. He could be the one on fucking Friday Night SmackDown say, all right, I'm in.
And be hesitant.
Yes.
Not all in. Not just part of the family again.
That's not what I'm arguing right now. What I'm arguing is who the fuck is the 5-on-5 or the 4-on-4?
It's not Cody. It's going to be Roman, Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy.
No Cody.
I'm sticking to my. So at this point, Cody's already beaten Solo for the title twice, and has already beaten them in tag matches twice. So Cody's done. He doesn't need to prove anything. He's got Gunther at Crown Jewel for some more bullshit that we'll talk about hopefully before you take off to California.
We'll talk about now. Well, okay. Well, we could talk a little bit about this now.
It's inconsequential. How many more times does Mohammed bin Salman's dick have to be sucked to have these fucking shows in Saudi Arabia, to where every time there's a show there, it has to be something special? The first time was a 50-man Royal Rumble because 30's not enough, and because it's a month and a half after WrestleMania. Then you make this fucking Summit tournament for a trophy that looks like a damn dildo for a devil that somebody won, that Rusev won, and Undertaker stole from him or something. And then we have to make fucking King and Queen of the Ring, of all places, in a place that really doesn't still like women. And now we're doing fucking, let's give them another hook. Let's do Elimination Chamber. Let's do another hook. Let's give them Goldberg versus Undertaker. Wait, let's give them another fucking hook. Let's make another fucking tournament or another belt that doesn't fucking mean fucking nothing. I don't care that it's got 400 diamonds and it's worth 500 million bloodstones. These matches don't fucking matter. Nia versus, who was the other champion? That match doesn't fucking matter. Gunther versus Gunther versus fucking Cody. No one's losing a belt. It doesn't fucking matter. So what's going to be the next rim job the next year when they do Crown Jewel at Saudi Arabia?
You sound like a guy that's never gotten a blowjob before. Once you get one blowjob, you want to get them all.
It's been 2 days. I've had it. It cost me $300.
Of course, once you get one, you want another one. It's just going to keep coming and coming over and over and over, at least once every year. So, yeah, I get it. Now, here's the difference between this blowjob and the other blowjobs.
They swirl their tongue around it?
They're saying that this is going to be yearly. So, here's my consolation. Hey, Benjamin Al-Sahoud, whatever your name is.
Mohammed bin Salman.
Yeah, that guy. Hey,
give up your dead journalist, and then we'll do something else.
Yeah. Instead of us coming up with something new every year, let's give you a yearly thing. That's super important, man. It's super important. We're gonna have both of our champions fight each other for a new belt. That only happens. He is getting worked, bro.
They already had a new belt. It's the 50-man Rumble belt.
I know. It's okay.
And then they had the other trophy.
Shh. He's getting worked by Triple H. Let him get worked so he could have his little prize, so he could feel like a very special, important boy. The same way how when you're playing your video games and your little brother comes into the room and he wants to play video games too, what do? You hand him a controller that's not plugged in. That's what we're doing with Benjamin Al-Salud or whatever his name is. That's what we're doing with them.
So what happens when they don't let the plane leave again? What happens if they show up on Raw? Stephanie has Triple H's head. Shawn Michaels has Triple H's body.
Well, I don't.
And Shawn tells them where to suck the dead body.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but this is a way of
obviously because it's limp.
This is a way of appeasing them. They're getting something that seems like it's super special and super important. Now, what do we get out of it? What we get out of it is
a lot of booze. Someone in the chat room or someone watching, show us a video of an audience in the United States cheering for any announcement that involves Crown Jewel.
That's true. They always get booed.
How that how WWE likes to push the decibel meter whenever main event people come out. Where was the decibel meter when they booed the fuck out of a Crown Jewel announcement?
It was not there. That being said, I know I'm gonna get this dildo rammed up my ass. I know I'm gonna, right?
Who's spitting on it?
Exactly, right? It's gonna happen. So it's gonna happen. You may as well make the most of it. Making the most of it is, I kind of actually do want to see Cody versus Gunther. That could be interesting for what is essentially an exhibition. It's for a title that's not really a title, but it's a title for them. So it makes sense. Okay, cool. That might be a pretty interesting match. Maybe in the future, next year, whoever the two champions are, that might be an interesting match, right? Can you imagine if Roman last year, the year before, had this huge ass long streak where he's not losing the title, but then he lost? He didn't lose the Universal title, but he lost the WWE title didn't lose the WWE. Lost to who has the WWE Championship to not get this title. That would have been fucking interesting and would have broke up some of the monotony with LOL Roman wins. That could break up some of the monotony that we saw for 10 fucking years with John Cena. LOL John Cena wins, but he could lose this title match that's not a title match and still have the actual championship.
If it's easy, just to bring this full circle.
Okay.
If it's easy to point out the negatives in AEW, it should be just as easy to point out the same negatives in WWE.
Okay, fair.
How logical is the booking in AEW where they go down this path and then Forbidden Door?
Yep.
Crown Jewel.
Yep.
They all got to eat shit.
Yep.
AEW and WWE collectively. And that's what I just gave them.
I will give you that. I will concede that point. That is a very fair point. Very super valid, super fair point.
Again, the dildo would be a little bit easier to take in if it was Elimination Chamber. If it was an actual event that had actual consequences that furthered a plot. Are we ever going to see anyone on U.S. soil carrying around that fucking Crown Jewel belt after Crown Jewel? Will that title be defended at all in any house show, televised show, pay-per-view between this Crown Jewel and the next Crown Jewel?
It is only for Crown Jewel.
The fucking fuck.
It's only for there.
So
that's it.
If it's only for there, say Gunther wins the match and he's the Crown Jewel champion. Mm-hmm. Is he defending it next year in a triple threat against the Raw and SmackDown, or they just vacates it?
Nope. It's just whoever. It's a yearly thing that you win. That's it. So whoever's the Raw and
SmackDown, it's a trophy that you put around your waist.
Yes. It's a trophy that you have every year. That's it.
Help me, somebody. I'm dying out here.
Yep.
They have a 10-year contract. How many years are they in on this? They had a 10-year contract when they started. They had 2 shows a year, and then they went to 1 show a year. COVID, I think. They had this before COVID. So we're already like past 5 years at least with this 10-year deal.
You remember the last time WWF at the time put out a 10-year contract?
Bret Hart for $200 million and didn't even make it past year 2. Or was it a 20-year deal for Mark Henry from 95 or 96?
Was it? Did he have a 20-year contract?
Something outrageous.
Well, it's now time for the main event.
Fuck. Before we go, a couple of last loose ends. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Hurt Syndicate in AEW.
Yeah. Whoop. Yeah, I like it. It was Shelton Benjamin, MVP. MVP's trying to recruit Swerve by insulting Nana.
And rumor has it Lashley signed.
Lashley is signed.
Okay. Now, my thumbs up is also peripheral because there was a promo video last night building up Swerve's return. Swerve is returning at WrestleDream. What he's doing or what he's saying, fuck if I know. But it's probably going to be a segment with MVP. This could be where Bobby Lashley debuts. But there was something I saw. Medlin, I'm looking at you. During that promo video, Swerve was working out with somebody.
Oh.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's either Ed Oduke or ND Oduke, former football player. I saw him in a couple of matches in MLW. Looked great there. Looks even better in these fucking promo videos. That he was Swerve's second, helping him work out, his spotting him. If we're getting NJ Oduke with fucking Swerve against Benjamin and Lashley,
yeah.
Give me all of it.
Okay.
That has to be a component. Oduke is a talent that can be very well purposed in AEW, especially with Swerve's side, because Swerve's crew hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, the
to
mogul,
help him.
whatever it was,
so it was the mogul.
Yeah,
with the reject from NXT that was supposed to be the next Bork Laser, and then the other guy that had face tattoos.
Yeah,
that I thought he was.
Well, no, he got released.
Both of them did.
Oh, both of them did.
And then they merged the mogul, the embassy, and the Mogul Empire.
It's like not the Authors of Pain, but the Gates of Agony.
Gates of Agony. Brian Cage, known as the Cage of Agony.
Yeah,
that didn't do anything to bolster Swerve. It actually lowered Swerve to their level.
Yeah.
And
Swerve, that's why Nana doesn't come out with them anymore either.
And so now Swerve's had the run. Nana's looked great. Swerve's looked fucking money. He needs a fresh start, and people that I would think he'd be better off with someone that has no reputation than someone that has a reputation that could either rival Swerve's or sink Swerve's reputation lower again.
Okay.
So a guy like Oduke would help Swerve.
Yeah.
That's the last thing happening at WrestleDream. And hopefully Killswitch gets well soon. Have you heard what happened?
Yeah, he got a pneumonia.
And now he's having
he's intubated.
Yeah, he's having some bad reactions. He's not recovering like normal, and he's going to be out. They mentioned this last a very interesting promo. Hook is trying to find the person that jumped Taz.
Right.
They wrote him off so he can have knee surgery.
Right.
And he runs into Christian backstage and Christian's patriarchy. And he's like, it's been a tough week for the both of us. I don't know what it's like to be a family person. I just lost Killswitch, and he might not come back ever.
Ooh.
So the fact that he said that in that promo, not only did it add levity to the promo with Hook, but it's also like, fuck, could be gone for good. That sucks. That's not the way wrestlers in the business want to go out. So
especially since it seemed like he's been perfectly healthy, before all this. So yeah.
He's lived millions of years.
He survived the fucking asteroid.
Yeah.
Arnold is going on in the chat about NXT. You missed our NXT talk. We did mention a little bit about NXT a little while ago, but he did bring up a good point. Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. Yeah. That segment between them two and Cora Jade and Roxy. Yeah. That was a pretty cool little segment, although I think Cora Jade, her acting was a little bit off, but other than that, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, two episodes in, NXT is in good shape.
Yeah,
the silver and black, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Silver and black.
Yeah.
We'll see what it looks like next week back in Full Sail.
Yeah.
But,
if Full Sail is still there,
yeah.
Did the Full Sail get blown away? Tropicana Field did. Did you see that?
The Trop did. Yeah. And it's shit timing because that was supposed to be a hub for first responders and electricians.
Right.
There was like 5,000 cots on the floor.
Yeah.
That's what they were going to stay while they tried to bring the city back up. And now there's a convertible top.
Yeah.
Hanging off the side.
Old convertible
like a
top.
fucking Chrysler LeBaron convertible peanut butter colored top.
Yeah.
Dangling in the wind.
Yeah.
You know?
Shit. By the way, Brennan, whose family lives in Orlando, they're good. I haven't heard directly from Brennan myself, but I know Randy talked to Sierra, Brennan's wife, right before landfall, and Brennan was out of town working, but she said that she is prepared, and it blew through. And I did see right before we went online that she marked herself safe on Facebook from the hurricane. So
good for them.
So they're good as far as I know.
Yeah, that's good. That's it for now. I think that's a show.
That's a show.
God, all right. Fuck, Drew and Punk fucking toppled Roman and Cody.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Dude. That's crazy. All right. Well, that's the show. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
Wow.
You're basking in the glow over there.
Yeah. That's something.